I knew I shouldn't have gotten those wrong. Can't take it.
Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. It is Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, do we have any minutes and reports received and filed?
Yes, we have the treasurer's January 2024 monthly reconciliation report.
Okay. Commissioner Committee liaison reports, upcoming meetings and events.
Alrighty, looks like we've got a map board of meeting tomorrow. Had an invitation for a museum. Mingo Central Trust Bank is welcoming the newest providers of SSM Health at a reception Thursday. Our public will not be able to attend. I don't know if you all saw that too.
I saw that.
Okay. Friday, we have a couple local fish fries. There's probably some here in town. St. Thomas, and theirs is gluten-free, so if you're looking for gluten-free fish fry, you can head down there. Taos has theirs again this week. I shouldn't say again, last week that snowed out.
My Knights of Columbus on Tanner Bridge.
Yeah, there's several of them. I'll let you take care of the inside city limits one. That'll work for you.
Okay.
Friday and Saturday is the Home Builders Association Home Show out at the Capitol Mall. It's free. Go in there, take a look at some stuff, and find some expensive stuff to buy. Also, Blair Oaks Archery Tourney this weekend. And if you've never been to one of those, go check it out. It's pretty fun. I think we've got a celebrity going to be participating. Your daughter's going to be in there, right, Landry?
She'll be there.
So,
Can we shoot an apple off Jeff's head?
No.
actually, those kids probably can. They're putting like 5 of them in it.
It depends.
Well, you wanted to be tased, so we actually could do the apple, the William Tell thing. And
Let me think about that one. And then Saturdays, Warrensville Lions Party, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Drive-through only out at the Warrensville Lions Club. So,
$15, I saw the other.
Okay, tomorrow, Heartland Port meeting in the AM, a county safety committee meeting, I think, tomorrow. Is that right?
10
Scheduled.
a.m.,
Missouri River Navigators reception begins tomorrow evening, and then the meeting runs all day on Thursday out at the Farm Bureau. Jeff mentioned the Central Bank Art Museum mingle. Friday, ARPA meeting, and on Monday, the Lower Missouri River spin-off meeting at DNR. It's a spin-off from some of the folks who will be at the Navigator meeting. That's what I have.
Okay. Well, the captain and 2 crew members of our submarine USS Jefferson City are in town all this week. So Thursday I have a luncheon with them. Then after that I have a National Guard meeting at 1:30, the Central Bank reception, SSM. Saturday, the Sons of Union Veterans, we have a meeting. And then we have a dinner that night for the USS Jefferson City. So that is all I have. Appointments by commission, reappointments to the library board. At this time, we are going to just fill the seat vacated by Stacy Fick. So,
The other one's going to expire
Yeah.
at the end of March, and I
So,
haven't really had a chance
if you want to.
talk to some of the others. I know you all kind of looked at it and have a couple of that road to the top of it.
Yeah, and I think I've got mine still. I'm going to stick with mine, but we'll.
So if y'all want to do Mr. Swift today for the vacant one, and then
Right.
we can work on the other one.
This is to fill the unexpired term. This will run through March 31 of 2026. Whereas the Polk County Commission is mandated to appoint 4 citizens to serve as Board of Trustees. And whereas Robert Swift of 511 William Wade Drive, Jefferson City, has expressed a desire to serve his community in this capacity, we therefore resolve to appoint Robert Swift to complete the remainder of the Stacy Fick's unexpired 3-year term on the Missouri River Regional Library Board, which will expire on March 31, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Presentation from staff consultants, invited guests. Is that, Judge, is that something?
I have no idea. I got an invitation. I'm not sure why I'm here if you want to know the truth.
Okay.
I'm sure I've got something.
I wonder if that's the inclement.
Might be the custom courtroom benches.
Oh, okay.
See that?
Oh. Then why don't we go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back to that, since I know your time is important. Approval of MVE quote for courtroom benches.
This is a quote for the new cushions for the courtroom benches. We've been working on carpet, reupholstering the chairs or new chairs. So we figured out the material that we wanted for the benches. So this is a quote for $1,875 with MVE. They are on a state contract. And this is just for us to move forward with getting the cushions done.
Yeah, we had this in budget.
Yes.
Yeah. So, good.
Yes.
Are these, I don't want to drill into this very deep, but these are those
These are
cushions
long
that go
cushions
the
that go on
long,
the pews.
right? Okay,
There's 10 of them.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the MVE quote for the courtroom benches for $1,875.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay, then we will go back to, so we don't have any presentations from staff consultants, invited guests. Any commission comments? And we will go to bids and contracts. Approval and signing of Axon Sole Source.
Axion Enterprises provides tasers and taser supplies for the sheriff's department. We run this sole source every year. Their tasers and their equipment must be compatible with their current ones. This sole source is on an allocated basis and will run for the 2024 year. The ads already ran in the paper, and I'm just needing signing and approval of it today.
I'll make a motion to approve and sign the Exxon sole source for the tasers and taser supplies.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public Works, OpenGov, contract discussion.
So back in September of last year, when we approved the implementation of OpenGov for $42,451.25, we had you all sign the contract for that. And the intent was that we would do the 24 and 25 year now. Well, we got to looking into it. Carrie Hale was, the invoice was due for OpenGov for this year, and got to looking into it. And back in September, the commission actually approved the contract for the 24 and 25 year. So it's actually approved and okay to go forward with, but the way it was presented and the way the minutes reflect do not show that. So the minutes reflect just the implementation and the prorated 2023 year for $42,451.25. So to fix that, I think we need some sort of commission approval of the contract that's in place, just to be reflected in the minutes.
So we talked about this though, so we're not gonna be able to encumber the money for 3 years. We just do 1 year at a time. So is this gonna be a 1 year approval and then we come back each year?
I don't, that's a good question, maybe something to discuss with Mark. But we do these, we get invoiced every year for them, even though it's an extended year contract. We have it with Cartograph, with our weather forecasting service. There's others as well, I think, so.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this a little. I was trying to remember how we did that because, I mean, we got election year. You might not have two of us sitting there next year and through that budget and may say, you know what, we don't want to pay for it anymore. And then where do you go with that? So I was just curious how we handled those.
Yeah,
I thought we did those different.
Well, it's usually subject to appropriation, so
Yeah.
if, like you said, you get a new commission and they don't wanna do it, then you just, I guess you just can't, you just cancel it,
Cancel.
right?
So then we go ahead and do a
Unless there's
contract?
gonna be some penalty for doing that. Are you aware?
I'm not aware of any penalty. Like I said, we'll get invoiced. Well, we got the invoice for this year. We'll get invoiced again in '25. Why they do it on a 2-year cycle, I think it just cuts down on some admin things that you'd have to do. So,
That's common in government contracts to have subject to appropriation.
Right. But why are we changing it then? I mean, is it just you're changing the wording in the contract, or that wasn't in the contract from the get-go?
when you all signed the contract, it had the 2023 prorated amount plus implementation, but it also had 24 and 25. I guess I misinterpreted what that was and presented it something that it wasn't. You actually did sign the contract for 24 and 25.
Eric, that's not unusual.
Yeah.
I mean, other agencies have had multi-year contracts.
A lot of the software vendors, the maintenance is that way. They'll guarantee the price so much for maintenance for the next 5 years.
Yeah, it'll be like a 3-year agreement, and it's subject to appropriation. So you signed it, they just have to appropriate the money each year.
Yes. We don't cover all of it.
So what did we do different that we need to change? I guess I'm not following that.
I think he wants a motion that actually-
Basically, the minutes don't reflect what we actually had or did. It's something we found as we were, Carrie found it as we were getting ready to approve the invoice, and we didn't really feel comfortable moving forward with something that wasn't actually reflected in the minutes in September. So just felt it'd be best to get it all out in the open and get it correctly archived. Does that make sense?
I would just do a motion to amend that minutes to include the approval of that contract, 24.
And 25.
25.
If I still look lost, Diane, so.
Take a shot at it and see what happens.
Okay, yeah, help me out here.
I'm going to make a motion that the minutes from the meeting dated,
Eric will stay.
what was the,
September 12th,
well,
2023.
that was the meeting minutes we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. A motion to amend the meeting minutes from the September 12th, 2023 commission meeting report be amended to indicate the contract with OpenGov be for the balance of 23 and 24 and 25.
Okay, I'll second it. I think I know what y'all are saying, but I don't know how it got, what we're exactly changing. We're going from 23, 24.
When the historians dig into this in 2,000 years, they'll see that we fixed the mistake we made in September. We fixed it in February the following year, right?
That's right.
All
And
right.
all is good.
Okay.
Okay, we have motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, Eric.
I thought we were gonna do the inclement weather discussion at the end of the meeting.
That's what I'd like to.
So I'd like to move it to that because mainly
So
we
have
had.
we had any kind of committee meeting since then, or any changes, or you're talking about this is gonna be kind of the committee meeting
Yes.
afterwards?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So I think we'll move ahead because we have MU Extension to give us an interesting program as well. New business accounts payable
I
review.
ask for approval of accounts payable pending review.
Motion to approve accounts payable pending review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now we go to MU Extension Program Update. And just so you know, she is on our 250th anniversary committee, so she's gonna do all kinds of stuff to help us.
Yes, my wheels have been turning ever since our meeting last week. Yes, of course. Okay, so generally just, my update is just of a quarterly nature. I try and meet with all the commissioners in all the counties that I cover a couple times a year just to update you on any of the things going on in the county and also solicit feedback from anybody about where you see areas of concern or where you feel like folks in the county could use specific programming. This time I brought our annual report, because according to state statute, every county council puts together this annual report every year and presents it to the commissioners in February. And the state statutes, it's actually specifically February 1st, and so I emailed you a copy, but I wanted to bring you a hard copy as well. And this just basically is the story of what happened with Cole County Extension and MU Extension in Cole County over the course of 2023. So there's reports in there from 4-H, ag business, horticulture, small business development, lots of different program areas and a lot of really interesting information. I'll say that because I cover several counties and help put together these annual reports, this year I feel that our annual reports are they're thicker. There's a lot more going on. And I think that part of that is related to the restructuring that we did in Extension this past year with having our different specialists focus more on their education that they're offering to the public and developing this extension and engagement position that I'm in so that I can focus on the council stuff and the office stuff and our specialists are able to devote all of their time to programming. And so there's a lot more information, there's a lot more things that have been done over the course of the year, and so I think it's something really to be proud of. Also, it's been a really big year for Cole County Extension. We had kind of had a little bit of a lull where folks had retired and then there was a little bit of attrition and things like that with the pandemic, and now the office is actually kind of hopping. It's kind of busy. We've got a youth program associate, we've got a nutrition program associate, we've got a horticulture specialist. Our 4-H specialist is moving in all of his office stuff any day now. I have an office at the Cole County office, and so we've got a lot going on, and so we're really looking forward to a very busy, very exciting year in 2024. So, do you all have any questions for me or anything?
I think it was a nice special section in the News Tribune Sunday on the
Yeah.
the 4-H. They stayed pretty busy as well. So
Yes.
I think that's a wonderful program. And the horticulture, since we're going to work on a 2026, they were going to bring them into that group too. So you do a lot. I don't think people realize all that Extension does. So I thank you.
Thank you.
So I don't have any questions because I sit on the council. I'm at the meeting pretty much every month. Did either one of you make it to the dinner? Harry did, so well,
I
thanks
did.
for showing up. I was out, couldn't make it, so I'm glad
Yeah,
somebody
we
was there
talked
to-
about you.
Since you didn't vote me to be secretary or something. It's usually what
Not
happens
this
when
time.
you're gone, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a good little
It was a
annual
good
meeting.
event. It was
Yeah.
a fine event. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, we got a bunch of good volunteers on the Extension Council too, and we have the Fall Festival, which is a fundraiser, so watch for that again. Is that November?
September.
September.
It'll be
One of
September
those
7th
that
this
end
year.
in R, so, yeah, that's usually a well-attended event. Then there's a lot of the 4-H stuff, that's stuff you hear about 4-H FFA. They do some other food and nutrition. They do some small business, help you with, if you're starting a business or whatever.
Yeah, our Small Business Development Centers, a lot of people don't realize, that is one of those things that we need to do a better job helping them advertise what they do. They offer small business counseling essentially for free. They're mostly grant funded for anybody who's wanting to turn that maybe side hustle into a real business, and helps them to set up a business plan and know how to keep their books and all that stuff so that they don't get themselves into trouble further down the road. We want to see them succeed. And so they offer a lot of really interesting opportunities to folks.
Yeah, and then soil tests,
Mm-hmm.
gardening, just want to figure your yard out, deer plots, whatever else, so.
Yep, and it is the season for that. We've had people coming in doing 7-8 soil tests at a time, checking all their fields, making sure they're putting out the correct fertilizer and things like that so that they get the yields that they want and all of that, so.
Master Gardeners, who else am I missing?
I think you've covered most of it. Master Gardeners, I know they have their spring seminar this weekend, actually, at the office, and it'll be jam-packed. They have a wait list, actually, of people that want to come to the spring seminar, so
Yep.
it'll be good.
And I'll probably be the poster boy for the food nutrition program, the way my weight loss is going, so. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff, so I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, I do too.
Thank you.
I want people to know everything you do.
Yeah.
And your office is on Lorenzo Green Drive?
Yeah, it's right there
Yeah,
where it
so
turns back
just-
into Tanner Green for,
Just so
or
if
Tanner
if
Bridge.
people want to know
and
where
Beat.
your office is, it's,
Yep. Right there
Yeah.
across from Beats.
yep.
And we do pay $107,144
Yep.
to help fund them, so.
And we appreciate that. That helps us produce all of this, helps us be able to reach as many people as we can, and we're always trying to find new ways to reach more folks, so,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Do you want to come? Yeah.
Okay. So we will go to our second readings.
Yes,
Okay.
okay. First,
Second and final reading of budget adjustment number 1.
this is for $60,397. This is the LEPC grant. This one is for EMA.
All right, good. I'll make a motion to sign the court order for the budget adjustment number 1, $60,397 for the LEPC grant.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Second and final reading of budget adjustment number 2.
This is for $7,765, same grant, the LEPC, but it's for the sheriff's department.
I'm not giving any to you today.
That's good.
All right, make a motion to sign court order number 2 for court order for budget adjustment number 2, $7,765 for the LEPC fund, for the LEPC grant for the law enforcement fund.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Second and final reading of budget adjustment number 3.
This is for $165,000 for the Pringer Family Center, and this is, epidemiologist, oh, that's where it's coming from. This is lab prevention, control, emergency, infectious diseases.
Okay, so I'm betting this is the grant funding they got for detection and mitigation of COVID infectious disease in the facilities.
Yeah, what she said.
Give that one to Harry.
Go ahead.
All right, I'll make a motion to sign the court order for budget adjustment number 3, $165,000 for the Pringer Family Center for the epidemiology grant.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Signing of surplus property title.
This is actually the vehicle that was involved in the accident. And this is the sheriff's department. I'm just being preemptive to get the title signed. They're not picking up the vehicle yet, but is that okay?
Let Harry
I
have
would,
one.
I would keep ownership of it.
Well, okay. I'm not gonna take off the insurance. Oh, well, they'll take it off the insurance.
Well, I mean, why would they be signing the title?
We always have to sign the title when it's a surplus vehicle. When they're calling it totaled.
I wouldn't surplus it because,
I don't think we're surplusing. I think they're picking it up. It's totaled, right?
Yeah, it's
Well-
totaled, but they can't pick it up for other reasons.
well, it's subject to a litigation hold.
Oh, so it's not actually gonna be taken from our hands
No.
No.
until,
I wouldn't surplus it until it's been released by the court.
Okay. Then I'll bring it back up.
yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Wait till it's released. Because we can't let go of it right now anyway, even if we sign the title
No, I
over.
wasn't gonna mail
But it's
it.
not actually going to surplus though, is it?
Well, I call it surplus, but it's.
If it's going, if it's totaled, the insurance company's picking it up
They are gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
When we release it, yes.
when it's released.
And they won't send us the money for the.
Okay, I was just
tornado
clarifying the
until we get
surplus.
title. That's, they
Okay.
won't give us the money until they get the title.
So if we sign it over to the insurance company, we get our money.
That's right.
But the courts or whoever gets to keep the vehicle until they release it, even if their
Let
ownership
me
changes.
talk to our defense counsel.
Because if it was my car and I'm sitting there waiting for money so I can buy me a replacement vehicle, I'd be signing it and going, y'all can deal with the courts.
Well, this is a little bit different case than a vehicle that just wore out.
Well, I mean, in an accident.
That's right, that's why it's different. We should hang on to it.
When a party is intending to file a lawsuit, they issue to you what's called a litigation.
I'm fine with that, but if this was my car that I wrecked and I was waiting to get a check from the insurance company, I'd be signing that thing right now and say, here, you can deal with the courts about getting your car. We'll let you have the
let me
title.
talk
I'm fine
to-
with that. You
Yeah,
can
let's-
talk to them and
yeah.
clarify. I'm fine with that, but I'm just saying, I'd be signing it.
Defense counsel.
Because I'd want my money to get a replacement vehicle. So, yeah, well, you
Okay.
talk to them, make sure that's the way it works. It is a little different with us, with being a governmental entity, we can do it different, but get our money.
Okay. Discussion of EMS grid.
Okay, I think Sheila sent you guys an email explaining these were ones that went back to review that you wanted to put through HR. And from her email, she's come up with basically 2 changes to the grid itself that they have over at EMS. And it's putting this little blurb down, one of it saying duty, day, responsibility, the 7,000 additional for 2 positions, on top of what the pay grade is. And so she agreed to that, and then also changing the one that said supervisor of dispatch to communication battalion chief, and turning that position to an exempt position. So if you got any other questions, if you guys would approve this new grid, it's what it will take, a transfer of the money from the reserve to the payroll account, and then we can go forward, unless you have any other questions. She was available by phone if we want to call her.
I saw her emails on this that explained it well to me. And at the end of the day, it affects 3 positions,
Yes.
only 3, not out of how many positions are out there?
Out of full-time positions, put me on the spot, I believe it's 60 full-time positions.
Right, yeah, so it's not an overhaul of the grid, it's specific.
To folks who have taken on additional responsibilities and seen their job duties change.
Got it.
So this is what we told you to do, is we weren't just gonna approve it ourselves, arbitrarily saying, okay, well, we'll make these changes. You made your arguments. We ran it through HR.
Right.
Which is what we said to do. So as much as I wanna argue it, y'all did what I told you to do, and I unfortunately just have to say,
All right.
okay.
I'll make a motion to adopt the change to the EMS grid proposed for those 3 positions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, and
Run, Eric, you got that, you got it?
I appreciate that. Just
Sorry,
to,
Chief.
for
Let's get
the clerical piece of it, the change from the hourly position to the exempt position for the communications battalion chief, that was a last minute change. I do need to rewrite that job description and have it signed and send to HR and Debbie, so that'll get done this week.
Okay.
I think you all might.
I think we
Yeah,
signed them
It's on
already.
there, I just haven't put the job description.
Yeah, here.
Debbie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we have breezed through that, so now we will go to our unfinished business, the inclement weather discussion for essential workers, which basically is the sheriff and EMS and Pringer.
So I thought we were just gonna kind of try to get a outside committee meeting. Are you wanting to do this in general discussion?
We have to do it in open session, so,
Why not? I mean, why? If we were talking about it,
I thought it was gonna be
And-
you and us sit here and
Yeah.
talk about some considerations.
try to make some kind of
And
proposal
then
to bring
more
to the
recommendation to the
commission.
full commission.
Well, that's fine, but when you have that initial discussion, there can only be one of us there, otherwise we invite the world in.
Right,
All right.
and that's why we were on the agenda the last time. And
Okay.
then Jeff, I think, was one that said, let's meet offline. I assumed that we were gonna, today, we were gonna close the commission, and then we would just, the five of us would just sit here and talk about what our concerns were.
Who are the five?
Jeff, and then me, Toby, Eric, and Eric.
Okay.
That's what I thought it was whenever we walked out of here.
That's fine. I was just being sure, the five, it's not these three and two
No,
out
sir.
there.
No,
It's-
sir.
It's only
Yeah,
one
that was
up
my
here.
understanding last week.
Okay.
We were gonna try to get together, try to hammer some stuff out so we won't have to watch sausage get made. But I mean, if it's something that you wanna,
Have you seen the responses to,
Yes, sir.
from other
Yeah.
counties?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so we've got that. We've got some other information. You know, our HR director is out right now, but I mean, we're definitely gonna
Okay.
try to get her involved at some point and stuff. But it's just to try to keep it going right now. We've got 70-degree weather scheduled for the next 2 weeks. Thank you whoever forecasted that, but I think we were just gonna try to hammer through some ideas and so.
And I'd like to stay involved in it too, so how
Fine.
we can implement or not.
Well, you're the ones going to be computing the pay, so that's good.
I mean, I'm fine, you know, if somebody else wants to be involved, let me know. We can sit down and figure out.
Well,
who
just
we need at the
keep us
table.
informed, so.
I think we put it back on the agenda to try to keep things moving on it.
Yeah, well, we
didn't really
need, yeah.
Talk that day about it.
I'd say hopefully we're not gonna have any snow, but after Friday,
No, we'll have another one, won't we, Eric?
Yeah.
Pretty.
Okay, well then we will. And I had nothing else.
So we had the grant talking about the money for the Pringer Family Center. I know we've had some emails about they're trying to do some surveying. Where are we at with that whole process there? We have, I mean, as far as, are they just clearing some stuff so that they can mark out where the proposed building's gonna go? Have we
I think-
decided on?
I think when CMPS got out there to shoot it, or whatever the term is, they had trouble getting around because the brush and trees were so thick, and they asked that we address that. So we leaned on our Public Works, and what did Public Works say?
We asked them very kindly.
Very kind of yes.
All right.
Maybe something out of the ordinary for us, but we're pretty versatile. And I talked to Brian McMillan over at CMPS, and he indicated they really needed to get that survey done ASAP due to the timelines and everything impacted by the ARPA funds and those deadlines. So when it all came down to it, we decided it'd be best to have us go out. We can get on it this week and start the clearing. It's actually taking the high lift out there and clearing it out. You can't walk through it apparently where they need to do some of their topography surveying to be able to lay the building on there and do the proper site civil work for the plan. So we're gonna go out and clear. They can survey in the middle, kind of where the building is, but everything around it, they can't get to. So we're gonna clear that, put it in a pile. And then when you let a contract on it, the awarded contractor will bring in their contractor to do, or their sub to do the groundwork or the excavation work, and then they'll get rid of the tree material at that point. So I think we got a pretty good plan in place.
So this is just a general field topography study. It's not the laying out of the building. Have we decided, we haven't decided on a building yet, have we? Have we got that nailed down?
They have a rough
So-
footprint of it, and that's what they were, my understanding, that's what they were going to shoot. And but they just couldn't get around because they couldn't see it. And they have there's a little encampment there to maybe demolish,
That is abandoned.
abandon.
Yeah, I walked it and found the area. It's pretty big. But it's, right now, there's nothing there. It's just a bunch of trash. My recommendation would be that you hire somebody to go and clear all that out before anybody moves back in. I'm sure they were using it during the summer last year. And then when it got real cold, they left that area. But I mean, they have a fire ring there. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff there. So I would recommend that you contract with somebody to haul that stuff off sooner rather than later.
It's gonna go in the burn pile, isn't it?
Can't we just push it into the pile?
I don't have a problem. There's some
Bless
metal
you.
in there. There's like a couple bikes and some other stuff like that that you have to do. But yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Those grocery carts don't burn very well.
I didn't see any grocery carts. I didn't look. I did take some pictures and send it to the three of you. So
Okay.
Can you send me too?
Columbia's the one with the grocery cart. They like Target and stuff.
Well, I talked to the previous owner of the property last night, and he said they usually park the grocery carts up at the parking lot and don't take them down the hill.
Okay, so.
Okay, well,
I think we got a plan in place to have it, to
Okay.
meet CMPS's needs to get their surveying done to move forward, so I think we're in good shape.
but we need to keep moving ahead on this, Jeff, because we're using ARPA money. We have a window that keeps shrinking.
I know you all have your idea of it, and I have my idea, so you got 2 votes to move on this. That's what I'm asking is, so September 21st, I think, is the last Cole County Juvenile Center cost schedule and drawing that I have. So is that what we're going with? Or are we gonna make any changes, or that's pretty much where we're at with it? And
I don't think we're that final with it. We have a rough and dirty footprint, but it's subject to maybe the study that Chris Neff out there at Architects Alliance said he's familiar with that property even before we acquired it. He knows the level of drop and where he thinks the borrow will come from and where that would go and that kind of thing. But we don't have the final footprint, do we, Toby?
The last portion that we did here in the commission was approve the design phase.
Yeah.
okay, because we were at over 12.5 million, so that's why I was curious if that's what we're pulling the trigger for. I just don't want to be able to know what we're talking about, because we went from 6.5 to 10 to 12.5, and it's getting pretty extraordinary out there right now. So
Did I send you all in an email what Brian had sent me, kind of the area?
Did it have a
Did that?
it had a outline of
Yeah, okay.
I saw
I
that.
sent that to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what he took the building, I guess, that was the general layout of it and put that on there, so. And that's pretty, I mean, you can shift it and do whatever pretty easily. They just need the whole area surveyed and so. But the layout of the building can certainly change through the process, but just to get the topo done, it's pretty important to get that done right now.
yes, I agree to keep it moving. Yes, that needs to happen, but I'm just trying to figure out where we're at on the price tag of it and what we've decided on that. Because like I said, the last time we were at 12.5 million, just using round numbers. So I think 6.5 was from ARPA money, right?
Well, that's because some of that ARPA money's been used somewhere else
To make sure.
for here, just to be sure that we didn't, it doesn't become unusable. But, right.
So definitely the list I'll keep updating you on as we get closer to the end of '24 here on these projects that may or may not happen with these other people that we've sent some recipient agreements with.
Right.
Could free up some more money some places.
About 6 million?
No.
I'm trying. Okay, well, we'll have to get Luke to find us more money. Keep on him, Sam.
Yep. Okay, well, I want to thank you, Eric, for stepping up because.
Oh, he's gonna bill us for it, Sam.
Well, I know.
You'll like my bill a lot better than a contract.
Yes, I agree. I agree. So
And we
anyway,
can get on it right away.
yeah, well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for helping with it, in all seriousness.
Yeah,
We can get it done a lot quicker probably that way, and a little more control.
We all play for the same team here. We gotta help each other out, so it's all good.
Okay, I have
Star Wars jerseys.
correspondence. I have a letter from Missouri Department of Natural Resources. This letter serves as notification pursuant to section 34.030 RSMO that the Missouri Department of Natural Resources has executed a purchase and sale agreement for approximately 8.43 acres of improved real estate located at 1101 East Capitol Avenue in Jefferson City. This property includes the International Shoe East End Main Street Factory, which is that big shoe factory that's 5-story brick building listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The department intends to redevelop this building into state office space for its team members. The agreed purchase price is $1,550,000. Closing is tentatively scheduled for April 30th, 2024, after a due diligence period. And they'll have some public hearings, so, but anyway, I'm just kind of passing this on. We get notification quite often on buildings that are going on to the National Register of Historic Places, so I think that's probably why we got that.
I believe the state is notifying us each time they acquire a piece of property that's currently on the tax rolls, and they will fall off the tax rolls after their acquisition. Much like they just recently did on was it Fairgrounds? Acquisition of a larger building out. Either on South Country Club or the Fairgrounds.
They get that one done already, that purchase?
I assume the conveyance has occurred, or at least we've got the letter on it, and we had a dollar amount that they've agreed on.
That's supposed to be where the statewide warehousing is gonna be at, right?
It was something like 13 million there for that acquisition, I believe.
Yeah. So anyway, do we have anything else?
I think that's it. For me,
I'll make a motion to stand in recess until 4:30 PM.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all.
See, Elizabeth, I'm not just a pain at our meetings.
Oh, no, you're good.
Who's the CC?